This is the future.
Two augments are coming in Nightwave Volume 5, which is slated for release on November 29th. I have managed to get the description of the two augments during the recent dev stream 175, and I would like to discuss the builds you can use for these two infested weapons which will have a new augment on Nora'S Nightwave Volume 5. First of all is the Catabol. Catabol is an infested sidearm that fires a short-ranged beam of corrosive bile. When reloading, the Catabolist's clip is thrown like a grenade, with greatly increased potency if reloading from an empty clip. Honestly, this secondary is already great in melting steel path and beyond enemies without the use of armor stripping mechanic. Modded with a galvanized setup plus critical plus viral and heat, the secondary weapon melts high-level enemies easily. Right now, you can synergy this gun with the Arcane Pistol Ear and Cascadia Flare setup. Because this infested secondary is a beam weapon, it can proc heat fast and allows you to build up the damage stack from Cascadia Flare. In doing so, you will melt enemies easily and it's easy to do headshots with this beam secondary, hence allowing you to proc Arcane Pistol Ear easier. This means that you have an infested beam secondary right now that has unlimited melting rays to destroy enemies. However, my setup would probably change once the new augment that can be acquired from Nightwave Volume 5 arrives. The name of the Catabolist augment is called Critical Mutation, and what it does is it increases your critical chance and critical damage to 300% every kill. With the current setup I have, I can eventually make good use of this augment, and with other crit setups such as additive crit arcanes, critical buffs from Warframes and companions, or even from rolling the Good Ribbon mod with high critical chance values, the Catabolist will be a massive red crit machine. The only problem though, is it has a requirement wherein you need to hit at least 3 or more enemies with the grenade to keep the buff, or else, it will reduce to 30% every time you fail to do it. This means no infinite shooting of the beam weapon for me, but that is still a great trade-off as the grenades also deal massive damage, especially when you do the grenade animation after your magazine is empty. Nautilus will be a massive help for the Catabolist as with its cordon precept, you can group enemies and will always fulfill the requirement of the Catabolist augment. This will be red crit madness and I can't wait to farm the new Catabolist augment during the next Nightwave. On the other hand, I'm kind of hesitant about the upcoming Sporothrix augment. Don't get me wrong, the new augment for Sporothrix will give it more kill speed, but it may require some specific setup to make it effective. So, the Sporothrix is an infested sniper rifle that shoots explosive delayed viral barbs, boasting a very high critical multiplier and status chance that is heavily offset by its near non-existent critical chance. The trick to making this sniper rifle strong is that you will use additive critical chance bonus such as the buffs you get from Warframes like Harrow, the Adazakavat's Cat's Eye, or even the trusty Arcane Avenger. The good thing about this sniper rifle is that it has high slash damage and has viral procs. It's not reliant on mods like Hunter Munitions and it can deal massive bleed procs, especially with the critical chance you gain from outside sources. Now, the new augment for this infested sniper rifle will be called Volatile variant, and each shot will have a +3 punch through and the barbs explodes instantly. The barbs that will strike enemies directly has +4 meters radius, and it will also have a 50% status chance, which is insane knowing that the barb explosion can trigger not just viral, but also slash and bleed procs. The headshot damage multiplier also is insane, and it will pair well with the primary deadhead, along with Ivara's headshot multiplier. I will be setting this infested sniper for a group and nuke Ivara build, but it would be problematic to go with Nautilus as we want to be accurate here. The cordon precept is erratic and will just pull enemies all over the place. We need something like Ensnare to group enemies that hold them in place. And for the critical chance buff, it would be from the Adazakavat as we don't have an option for Ivara to effectively heal unless we are going to use the Magus Elevate Arcane on the Warframe while playing the Combat Discipline and Arcane Avenger trick for the additive critical chance. Anyway, critical chance is not necessary, but it would great to have for extra damage. The purpose of the augment will be for the barb explosion, and it would definitely ramp up the kill speed of the Sporothrix once those barbs pops up rapidly. Aside from these augments, Nightwave Mix Volume 5 will come with cool new rewards like new exclusive customizations for your Q-Brows and Cavats, along with new quality of life improvements to keep Nightwave fun, accessible and full of enticing rewards. The new rewards includes Nmar Armor Bundle, Harka Q-Brow Armor, Vermilion Cavat Armor, Stealth Flare Cyandana, the 2 new augments and more. Also, Digital Extremes reworked the acts and there are 40 new daily, weekly and elite weekly challenges inspired by the Duviri paradox, plus 25 revised acts to keep Nightwave feeling fresh and challenging. They also have removed 12 challenges that they felt were not providing the intended experience for players. So mark your calendar on November 29th and be sure to try out the 2 new augments once you have farmed it on the new Nightwave. You have the knowledge already on how to have fun with these 2 new augments and go try it for yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.